Hey friends, I just wanted to go over what we're going to be doing the next 2 weeks in Mayville. In ELD, we're going to be doing Lexia and Scholastic, and then some practice. In Entree, we're going to be focusing on the stock market report and finishing up the portfolio and any Canvas things that you have. Econ, we're going to be finishing up the Unit 2 report, getting the stock market outline done, and also practicing for ELF. And credit recovery, we are doing Apex, 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 Apex. So that's what we're doing. The goal is to get your decks cleared for the holiday. ELD, definitely get your Lexia minutes in every week. All missing work should be done for all classes. For Entree and Econ, all Canvas items need to be completed. For Entree, get them all done. For Econ, get the ones that are on the first two units. In other words, if you go to those intro pages and click on them, anything that's there should be done. Credit recovery, Apex classes, let's try and get some done before the break. I don't want to necessarily not see you anymore, but I really do want to not see you anymore. So let's get those classes done. We're also going to be doing ELF game prep this week for Entree and Econ. It is optional for ELD and the credit recovery classes. To get that to work, you're going to need to have a Nearpod running and a spreadsheet. So you might need to figure that out technically. Materials, make sure that you watch the ed puzzles. Please make sure that you're updating your iPads, especially if you have system updates. Complete the iPad maintenance, which we go over all the time. It's clearing the cache, restarting your iPad, clicking on Manager to make sure that all of your little apps are updated, especially Zoom and Chrome. Those are the two most important. Might want to do that to Notability every once in a while as well. You also want to make sure that you're turning in all late and missing assignments. Teachers, even though they are going to be taking a break as well, as I highly encourage you to do after the first week, you need to make sure that you're getting all your missing and late work in. Don't wait until you come back. Teachers are going to be much more willing to look at any late work if you get it in before the break than after. Credit recovery, the goal is to get all of your classes done that first week of break that you need to. Some procedures for ELD, again, for this week, Lexia minutes, missing work, and we're going to review things in other classes. For Entree, you need to work on Canvas, getting all of your quizzes done. We're talking all of them that are in there for this class. Your stock market outline and report should be done, and finishing up your portfolio. For Econ, you're going to be Canvas for units 1 and 2. Everything should be done. Your stock market report outline should be done. Just has to be a basic outline. Just have the things there and the structure. Don't necessarily need to do much. We'll do that when we come back. But you also need to finish your stock market portfolio because they're closing. Credit recovery, just finish your Apex classes and check on Naviance tasks. That would be really great. And then the last week before we go on break, we're going to be definitely for Econ and Entree, we're going to be doing the ELF game. It takes the whole class time. You're going to be doing a Nearpod and a spreadsheet. You're going to be managing those. For the other folks, it will be optional. So it has to kind of be an all-in thing. So for those of you who want to play, great. You've got to play the whole time. For those of you who don't, totally fine. I know you guys need to focus on other things. My wish for the holidays for you is to take some time off. Even those in credit recovery, after finishing your course that first week of break, take some time. Just a reminder that Canvas work needs to be done for those of you that have that. Stock market portfolios close on December 13th. You're going to be able to access that portfolio to fill out the other parts of the report. But the goal for Entree is to definitely have it kind of done before you go on break, and for Econ to at least have the outlines done so you don't have so much to do. Any late work or missing work for everything other than Canvas, please make sure you're using the late work form. When you do the late work form, I don't need the URL from the assignment. Like if this was the assignment that you were turning in, I don't need this URL. I need the URL from Schoology. The Schoology assignment, I need that URL. So when you click on an assignment in Schoology, it's going to show a URL up here. I need that URL turned in the late work form. If you need to contact me for anything, I check school messages. Schoology messages are read at the end of the day. It's the little envelope up here that pops up, and I look at those at the end of every day. I also check school email throughout the day. So if you need like something a little bit faster, you can check there. For letters of recommendation, I am more than happy to do those for you if I fit the profile for what you need. Please email me that they are coming, and then invite me, and then let me know that you invited me. If you could also include a due date, please. I'm going to write that right down there. Include due dates. I don't want to miss anything. I get really panicked when people say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to ask you to send me something," and then they don't send me the dates. I just want to know the due dates, even if they're short. That's totally fine. But just know that I'm not going to necessarily on break be checking my email every single day. So give me some time to get it done. I also wanted to say that next week is my birthday on December 9th, and the way that it's going to work on December 9th for check-in for everybody for fourth, fifth, and sixth period, you're going to be logging into our normal Zoom. I'm going to ask you to put something in the chat box, and then I'm going to leave the room open if you need help. I will be there, and I will hop on over there and definitely talk to you. But I'm going to be at the competition. The other thing that I'm so bummed about is that I have a cookie tradition in my class. It started with my brother and I wanting to kind of give our friends just kind of a little something during the holidays, a note or a card. And we always did sugar cookies at our house. So we would drive around on one of the days of usually Christmas Eve or Christmas and drive to our friends' houses and kind of drop off little cookies for them that we had made. We didn't interrupt anybody's holidays. We would just kind of call them and we'd let them know that they were coming before we left. We would leave them on the door and then we go. Well, in college, my birthday happens to fall during the week before finals for most traditional colleges that have a semester schedule. And so I was a photo major. And so what I did is I said, I want to celebrate my birthday, but I never get to celebrate on the birthday. So I cooked many, 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 many cookies. We're talking probably 20 or 30 dozen. And I would bring them to the darkroom where I'd be spending 6 or 8 hours getting my portfolio ready for my final exam. And then I donated them to people in the darkroom. And I said, the only requirement that I have is that you tell people that it's my birthday. Just keep the plate full. Just keep putting new ones in. And I even brought milk. Then when I came to ESHS, I decided that I would continue the cookie baking tradition. I've been doing that every single year that I've been at the high school. It's now been about 9 years or so. And my students who have been in my class before know that when I'm talking, I bake a lot of cookies. They're not kidding. I bake tons of cookies. So I am so bummed that COVID is kind of putting a hold on the cookie tradition. I am not allowed to obviously share things from my household with your household because we're not in the same household. I'm also not allowed to even potentially purchase cookies and then have you come pick them up because we're not allowed to have kids on campus. We're trying to maybe stem the spread. So I really apologize that the cookie tradition is not going. Hopefully, if we continue on and you're still in the class next semester or the second semester and we're back on campus or things get released, we might move the cookie tradition to another one of my favorite dates. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. Again, on December 9th, it is my birthday. We will be um, checking in ELD, totally fine, normal Zoom. But everybody else, periods 4, 5, and 6, will be doing a Zoom. You'll have to put something in the chat, and then we'll go from there. The last week of school, right before we go on break, is the ELF game. So for Entree and Econ, it is a requirement. For the other classes, it is optional. It's really fun. It's just a way to kind of hang out, relax. You can still do work on your own outside of class, but we use the whole class time for Zoom. We use the whole class time for the game. So just make sure you can do a Nearpod and a spreadsheet at the same time. So when we come back from break, we'll be getting ready for finals. We do have a formal final in Econ and Entree, and we'll talk about how you're getting prepared for that. Your laps are really helpful to get you prepared for that multiple choice part of the exam. And then we have a couple of projects still left for Econ. That is kind of how we get the finals done with that. So there's a multiple choice exam as well as all of the laps, post tests, all of the quizzes on Canvas, and all the objective tests. And there is a multiple choice final as well. So that's that. In ELD, we just get ready for finals and help you out. And for Apex, we're hoping, no offense, that you're all done with your classes and all you're doing is just saying a great hello to Miss May if you want to. So that's it. Hope you have a great next couple of weeks. Again, if you're leaving early on that last week, please kind of let me know if you know, so that I can adjust things accordingly. Have a great last 2 weeks. And then when we come back, getting ready for finals.